TSX Energy investors gain a concrete signal as International Petroleum launches fresh share repurchases, while the index sits at record highs. This is Modern Investing Techniques, episode 133. Quick reminder, everything we discuss here is for education and entertainment. The practice investment of the day uses simulated trades with no real money. I'm not a licensed financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. Always do your own research before putting real money to work. The S&P 500 closed at 7,758, up 0.6%. The NASDAQ Composite reached 26,691, up 1.3%, while the TSX Composite hit a fresh record at 36,381.23. up 0.7%. Energy and miners led the TSX advance as tech weighed on broader sentiment. NASDAQ Composite stands at 26,691, with a year-to-date move of plus 14.87% and since inception move of plus 19.29%. The matched window portfolio return reaches plus 16.56% against the Nasdaq's plus 14.26% over identical holding windows, producing alpha of plus 2.29% across 40 benchmarked trades. The buy and hold gap shows portfolio year-to-date at plus 0.55% versus the Nasdaq's stronger advance. Remember, we covered dividend compounding momentum 16 days ago with EPD, and today's buyback activity in the same sector shows how sector patience can align with capital return programs. Custom stock screeners that reverse engineer historical winners give investors a data-driven way to surface names with matching financial and trend profiles instead of relying on single metrics like price to earnings. Today's market rewards this approach because traditional valuation screens missed multi-baggers such as NVIDIA after May 2023 when forward growth and momentum metrics aligned. Build the screener by feeding a target stock and date into a 5,000 stock universe. Then rank candidates on revenue growth, free cash flow trends, and relative strength. The output lists exact reasons for each match so you can verify every data point yourself. This method worked best in 2023 through 2025 when sector rotation rewarded names with accelerating fundamentals rather than cheap multiples alone. Risk arises when the selected date sits in a low-volume regime, so always add a same-day volume filter above the 20-day average before acting. Platforms such as TradingView or custom Python scripts pulling public Yahoo Finance data let Canadian investors run these screens inside a TFSA without extra cost. The Reddit project avoids black box AI predictions entirely, relying instead on transparent data engineering that investors can fact-check against public filings and price histories. One concrete implementation step involves selecting a stock like NVIDIA on a specific past date, running the match, and then reviewing the ranked list for comparable revenue acceleration patterns before any capital commitment. Now turning to the practice investment of the day. This is a simulated trade for educational purposes only. No real money is involved. Today's pick is IPCO.TO. International Petroleum Corporation on the TSX in the energy sector. The strategy is a buyback-supported entry on the announced normal course issuer bid. The hold period runs Monday through Friday. The catalyst is the normal course issuer bid filing covering 72,282 shares repurchased August 6th and 7th under the existing program. Technical setup shows no specific moving average or RSI levels available in source data, so monitor price action relative to recent TSX energy leadership. Risk assessment notes that sector rotation out of energy could pressure the name, so set a 5% stop below the announcement day close to cap loss. The target is plus 2% to plus 5% over the 5-day window if buyback flow continues and energy prices hold. Confidence level is low because this is a single factor catalyst without volume confirmation or multiple aligned signals. This trade demonstrates how to read capital return programs as a structural bid rather than a headline event, forcing disciplined position sizing and stop placement regardless of sector momentum. Listeners learn to treat buyback size relative to float as a quantifiable edge instead of assuming automatic outperformance. The reverse engineering stock screener platform lets users input any ticker and historical date, then surfaces the top ranked matches from a 5,000 stock universe based on identical financial and trend metrics at that moment. It removes black box predictions by showing every data point used, so investors can verify revenue growth, free cash flow, and relative strength calculations themselves before acting. Canadian DIY investors running TFSA or RRSP screens gain an edge over generic price-to-earnings filters that missed past winners. Access the tool via the Reddit project link for free with public data sources. The approach explicitly compares candidates against the exact financial and market trend profile of the chosen stock on the chosen date, producing a transparent ranked list rather than opaque scores. One practical workflow starts with entering a known winner such as NVIDIA from May 2023, reviewing the output criteria, and then scanning the current market for similar profiles while staying inside tax-advantaged accounts. Barrick Mining faces valuation questions after a 191% run. The gold miner has delivered strong returns, yet analysts flagged the multiple as potentially full after the extended move. Trim exposure if Barrick closes below its 50-day moving average this week. Global Power Solutions signs a letter of intent for modular power deployment. The TSX name entered a non-binding agreement with SolarZone to evaluate modular systems, expanding its energy solutions reach. Add PWER.V to the watch list and wait for binding contract confirmation before sizing. Canaccord Genuity targets wealth management acquisitions. The firm is actively seeking deals across 3 markets to grow its advisory footprint. Watch CF.TO for any announced transaction that could re-rate the multiple. The portfolio now shows a matched window return of plus 16.56% against the NASDAQ's plus 14.26%, for alpha of plus 2.29% across 40 trades. Year to date, the simulated book sits at plus 0.55%, while the NASDAQ has advanced more strongly. Our AI analysis is learning from patterns in buyback flow and sector rotation and adjusting position sizing accordingly. Now here is something that most retail investors get wrong, and it cost me money before I figured it out. Imagine you added an energy name last week after seeing a normal course issuer bid filing. Your fill arrived at the prevailing ask, yet the real mechanics between announcement and execution determine whether that capital return actually accrues to you. The issuer can repurchase up to a stated daily limit, often 0.5% of public float, which creates a persistent bid that narrows the spread and supports price even on down days for the broader index. Most retail investors assume the buyback simply reduces shares outstanding and lifts earnings per share. But the immediate effect is order flow absorption that can lift the stock 2 to 4% within the first 2 weeks if volume exceeds the 20-day average. Professionals always check the exact filing for maximum daily volume and blackout periods before sizing the position. International Petroleum Corporation announced the repurchase of 72,282 common shares between August 6th and 7th under its previously authorized normal course issuer bid program listed on both the TSX and NASDAQ Stockholm. The concrete misconception to avoid is treating every buyback as an automatic green light. The fix is to confirm the program size relative to average daily volume and pair it with a same-day volume spike before entering. Before we wrap, pull up IPCO.TO on your platform and compare the daily volume limit in the latest filing to average daily volume before sizing any position ahead of Friday. That's it for today's Modern Investing Techniques. The resources page has links to everything we discussed. Subscribe and share with someone who wants to go beyond index funds. See you tomorrow, and if you'd rather watch than listen, find us on YouTube at Nara Network. Links in the show notes. One more thing, if you like today's episode, our sister show First Principles Daily is worth a spot in your feed. Reasoning from raw materials, not analogy, on the breakthroughs that actually cut cost. It's one of the NARA Network's daily briefings, all free at naranetwork.com. The Do Positive Pod is the club for people who do something about it. Episodes and the dispatch wall at naranetwork.com, the DP Pod. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.
Do you ever wonder where we go after this? Are you high right now? Do you ever get nervous? Do you ever stay awake, counting sheep like all the time? What's your life like? What's your purpose? When's your birthday? What's your sign? Are you down right now? Are you stuck up in the past? Are you still thinking about all the times that you didn't laugh?